Ladies and gentlemen, you asked for it. I have officially started watching Dexter. I just wrapped up episode 1 of season 1. Now, I have to preface it with this. Before I started this show, a long time ago, I'm talking maybe in high school, I had stumbled upon Dexter and tried to watch the first episode, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It kind of freaked me out. I'm not going to lie. I was a little different back then, and I didn't really like the same things that I do now. So when I had first watched it, I turned it off after the first kill, believe it or not, because I didn't really want to see the rest. Now, being a 27-year-old, I am very glad that I am no longer that way, because I just finished that episode and it was very good. I put up a poll on my page yesterday, I think it was, asking if I should watch the show. The answer was astounding. I also made a TikTok and a short asking, and the comments were astounding. And you know what? I figured it has had a bit of a resurgence lately, so why not see what all the buzz is about? Because it's been everywhere for me, and thank God I haven't been spoiled anything yet, but this show has been all over my media. People I know in the YouTube community that post videos and stuff like that have all talked about the show. So I'm seeing a lot of exposure to it, and it does have me curious. Wasn't going to do it because I didn't want to get on the whole, like, oh, I'm just following the trend bandwagon, but then I personally became curious, and as a creator, I want you to know that that's when you individually should start doing something. Not because you feel like you have to, but because you want to. I wanted to, I'm doing it, and I'm very glad I saw the episode, and I will continue watching the show. The general consensus is, because I know nothing about it, I know there's spin-offs out there, but I don't even know what they're called. I don't know how many there are. I don't know anything about this, but the general consensus that I've seen is that the first 4 to 5-ish seasons are fantastic, like some of the best TV ever. And then it gets bad. It gets, apparently, by some people's standards, just as bad as Game of Thrones' ending. I don't know if that's true. That is I'm only bringing this up in the video to say that this is the extent to my knowledge on this show. I don't know anything else except for season 1, episode 1, which I just saw, and there is a lot to like and a lot that I want to talk about in this video. I'm not going to waste any more time. That being said, if you watch Dexter, just know I am going to be talking about it on this channel, so be sure to get subscribed. It's 100% free. It's this little circular button. It says subscribe on it. You click it. It is free. You could, of course, change that at any time and then make it free again to unsubscribe, but it would help out the channel, especially now that we're going to be talking about Dexter and things like that. Whatever. Season 1, episode 1 of Dexter was very interesting. Of course, one of the biggest things to me is I love South Beach in Miami. It's my favorite spot. So to see that the show is set in a town that I love is really nice. I haven't seen really many shows. I know there's a lot of them out there, but I haven't seen many shows that have that setting. I like it. I'm excited to see that setting play a role in the show, and at least just in general, Florida. That's going to be cool to see. I can't wait for it. Small detail, but it's fun. It makes it more exciting for me personally. As far as the rest of this stuff, we're introduced off the bat to Dexter Morgan, and I like that they do this thing with him, which I don't remember from when I watched it in high school, where he has this kind of inner dialogue. He's talking to himself. He narrates the show. I like when shows do that, and I do hope that they continue that within the rest of the series. It was cool to see. I like hearing when you have a psycho like this talking. It reminds me a lot of like Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. In the beginning, he's like, I use this face seal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it reminds me of, and I like stuff like that. So I'm very glad to see that. But what I also really like about this episode, or at least the show so far in general, is we're exposed to this interesting dynamic where Dexter himself was kind of like coached. I think it was by his dad or his stepdad. Let me know in the comments which. I kind of missed that detail. But he's coached by his stepdad or dad, essentially to channel his inner killer instincts to doing something for the greater good, which involves using his killer instincts to kill bad people. And if that's what the premise to this show is, I think it's going to be very, very, very good. And honestly, I don't know what I've been missing if that's the case, because it does seem like a really cool concept on paper that I'm excited to explore. So that was something that I really liked so far from this episode, was seeing Dexter kind of be this emotionless, Patrick Bateman-esque sort of person, and yet his dad, or his guardian, whatever you want to call him, stepdad, dad, whatever, is telling him that he knows about his ways and to channel it through actually doing good for the society and, killing bad people and things like that. Very interesting story, but those weren't the only two dynamics that we saw in this episode. We were introduced to something that I'm assuming is going to encapsulate season 1, at least, in that this killer who has the precise chopping of bodies and things like that, that's going to be probably the big bad, or at least it's setting up to be, because this guy is clearly toying with Dexter, and Dexter's having he's in love with it. I was trying to find a word that wasn't super inappropriate, but he's in love with his style of killing, but also he's, the ops. So he's trying to actually get the bad guy, but he's inspired by the bad guy. That is really interesting and unlike anything I've seen out there in TV land before, and one that I'm absolutely excited to explore. We also got introduced to other characters like Deborah Morgan, who I think is his either biological sister or stepsister. That is a detail in the episode that I honestly forgot. I don't know which of the which they are, but I am a little perplexed, because clearly they're brother and sister, but they also have this flirtatious style relationship, or at least that's how it came across to me. I hope that doesn't go the fucked up way at some point in time, but maybe, I don't know. They have some interesting chemistry, at least so I've seen so far. So you have Deborah Morgan, who's Dexter's, I guess you call him, sister. And then we got introduced to, obviously, of course, the people in the police force, like Rita, I think, was one of them, and then some of the other people in there. But I don't think they focused a lot on them. You kind of saw the dynamic where Deborah wasn't really respected, but Rita loved Dexter and clearly wants to bang Dexter and things like that. And then you have that other cop who absolutely despises Dexter and thinks he's a creep, which I'm really interested to see if that goes anywhere. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. You tell me. I really don't know. Actually, don't tell me, because I don't want to know. But all of this is to say that I really do like this premise on paper. You got this psychopath in Dexter who channels his inner psychopathy into killing bad people. Does that make him a good person? I don't know, and I'm sure there are many YouTube video essay about that topic, which, by the way, you could definitely expect some of that on my channel at some point in time. If I fall in love with the show even more than this first episode got me hooked, you're going to see more of that on here for sure. But all is to say, it's a moral dilemma. Is he a good person? Is he a bad person? Clearly, he's a psychopath. Clearly, there's something wrong there, but at least he's doing good with it. And getting rid of people, like the two people that they demonstrated in this episode were, perfect candidates to get Dextered, to be honest with you. The fact, I don't even want to get into American politics or anything like that, but bad people deserve bad things. I'm not saying they deserve that far and stuff like that, but okay, I can't do this because that's ridiculous. But the point I'm making is I'm glad the show shows justice being done to truly bad people. I'll be interested to see if later on this changes in such a way where it becomes the lines get blurred and he accidentally kills someone who maybe is innocent and didn't do something, makes a mistake, or goes crazy and starts killing other people. I'm interested to see. I'm not on the edge of my seat to see that happen, but it would be cool to see kind of a twist on this idea. I don't know how you make, how many seasons of it is it? I think it's 9 seasons of the show or 8 seasons. I feel like you can't make 8 seasons of a show like this and not have some sort of moral dilemma come up like that when obviously this is your story. So again, for those of you watching this who are probably seasoned Dexter experts or anything like that, I know next to nothing about this show. I've seen all the pictures, like I'm on my iPad here. I've seen this picture of Dexter like 8 million times. I've seen like the really stupid YouTube shorts or TikToks and reels of like the zooming in of pictures of Dexter Morgan and shit like that. But I literally know nothing about the show. No spoilers, no nothing. I have not a clue. So I'm interested to see how this plays out. And I hope for you guys who may know the show well, you kind of see my reactions as I go. My plan at the time of recording this is to obviously give my first impressions on episode 1, then do a season review for each season, and then slowly, if it goes well, trickle into video essays. I'm very interested to see where this goes. The first episode had me hooked, which I feel like in and of itself is a big feat to happen because not every show does that. And just all in all, I liked what I saw. I'm glad older version of Jerry got a chance to watch this again, unlike younger version of Jerry who was scared of one little stupid killing. So that being said, definitely be sure to be subscribed because we will be covering it going forward. I'll definitely have more structured videos on Dexter overall, not just like simple point and shoot, and go sort of things, but wanted to get this out because these are my honest opinions of literally just finishing watching the episode. So with all that out of the way, thank you again so much for watching this video, and until the next Dexter one, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.